Go fish. Do you have 3?
Go fish. Oh! Hello there!
Hi, guys.
Hi! We were just playing
a little game of cards.
A lovely game of Go Fish here.
Just pass the time.
Yeah. Glad you could stop by. Glad you're here.
Welcome to Taylor Treasures.
Yeah, I guess we'll pause this game for now. Alrighty, well, hello there. And welcome to the show again. So today, what are we going to be doing, Laura?
Today, we are going to be telling you our top 10 favorite, you guessed it, board games.
Oh, yes.
Because we are fans of board games.
Yes.
Card games.
Yeah, some of these
any kind of game.
Yeah, I think some are card games, some are a couple different games. So just in general, just games, and then some are board games. But yeah, this is our top 10 favorite board games of all time.
Some are from when we were younger, some are from now, currently.
Yes. So yeah, and of course we have other games that we like besides this. But, you know, this is just our top favorite ones. And we love playing games. I think it's a great way to pass the time. And we just want to share it with you today. And maybe you'll find a new favorite game of your own.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, these are our top 10, and we're gonna go from number 10 to number 1, which is our top favorite. So the first one, which is number 10, is Monopoly Deal.
Monopoly Deal.
Oh, I'm not holding anything. You know why? Because we lost it. We don't know where it is.
We don't have it anymore. Because
Yeah.
we played it so much, it just wanted to leave. It said, this is enough. I can't ever get a break. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looked for it, but don't have it. I think that's 1 out of 2 here that we just don't have, but we'll show it with pictures. So this is called Monopoly Deal, and this is a fun, easy to understand game for people, kind of lighthearted game. And pretty much it's the game of Monopoly, the regular board game, but it's in cards.
It's in card form.
It is in card form, and there are a few extra cards added, like there's Sly Deal, which is you can steal cards. There's Wild Property Card, which is good for any of the properties. Deal Breaker, and that's stealing a full property set.
Ooh, that's the card you want.
Yes.
Purple one.
Yes, but the difference here is instead of getting the most money to win, like in regular Monopoly, the way Monopoly Deal works is to win, you have to get 3 full sets of properties. All the same color, or you can have that wild card with some of them, and that's how you win. You have to get 3 of them, and once you get them, the game is over.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, it doesn't sound like it would be a whole lot of fun, probably, because it's Monopoly in card version, but it's much, much faster.
It is.
And it's very enjoyable.
It is really enjoyable. And ooh, when you get those purple Deal Breaker cards,
you feel like you're
whole
just king.
set.
You're king of the
Yes.
game.
So this is one we played a lot and really enjoy it. We like Monopoly too, but this one is just like a nice shorter version of it that we like to play. So yeah, that's number 10.
So coming in at number 9.
Number 9
is a family favorite, none other than Blockus.
Blockus. And we don't have
yes,
the
let me
box.
explain. So, years ago, we went through a phase where we thought to organize, it would be much better to lose the boxes of all the games and only keep the board and the pieces in a bag.
Yeah, I didn't.
Not a great idea,
No.
because then you misplace the boards and the pieces and you don't know what bag goes where.
It did not work.
So, keep the boxes. Anyway, so Blockus, this is a very strategic game.
Yes, for those strategic people
Yes,
out there.
for those strategic people. Yes. So there are 4 colors. So you can have up to 4 players, which is red, green, blue, and yellow. And basically, the point is you want to get rid of as many pieces as possible. So the person with the least amount at the end wins. So the way it works is everybody starts in a corner, but you can put your pieces down, and as the person who's green, like I could touch anywhere on here. The sides with this color, but when I want to put a piece down, I can only use the corners of my color. So I can't put it like right there because that's the sides. I could put it on the corner.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only rule, is that
That's
your
the
own
only
color
rule.
can only touch in the corners.
Right, so it's just strategy, because you start in the corners and you all work towards the center, and you try and get rid of as many pieces as you can, and then at the end, each one of these squares counts as a point, so whoever has the least amount of squares wins. So it can get pretty intense, especially when you have 4 players. Ooh, watch out.
Sometimes we play with 3, which is a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But 4, wow. Yeah.
Where's the challenge?
Yeah, so the point is just to put as many of your pieces down as possible and also to block people. You can do that too.
Yes, like if they're encroaching on your area, you can block them or Blockus them.
Yes.
And then they get very mad. And that's how just it goes, you know? Have fun.
All right, so coming in at number 8, and I apologize if you hear a ringing sound. Someone is vacuuming very loudly with I don't think it's a vacuum. I think it's some sort of like industrial vacuum thing.
Like a shop vac.
Yeah. But the number 8 is Scattergories.
Scattergories. We have used this one to death as well. We've played this a lot.
Oh, yes. This one is very much destroyed. But this is a great family game. It's kind of our go-to one for families. So how this works is there are 3 rounds, and for those 3 rounds, you pick one category card that each person gets. And it says things like things that go well with chocolate or websites or loud things. And there's 12 categories on each card. And then before you start, you have a die that has every letter of the alphabet on it, and you roll it, and whatever letter it lands on, the words that you think of for those categories have to start with that letter. So say if you have J and it's the category is a boy's name, you'd have to put like Jack or some name that starts with J. And there's also a timer for each round, and you have a certain amount of time. It's like about 2 minutes or something.
Right, and you can either do teams or individuals.
Yes. And then by the end, whoever gets the most right wins the game. But that's pretty much how it works, and it's a really fun family game.
There will be some disputing
yes.
because it's kind of a good idea to have a ref because at times there might be disagreements on
counts.
what is considered allowed and what is not.
Yeah.
So there's
That's
that.
up to you. That's the house rules. But yeah, so that comes in at number 8, and yeah, it's one of our favorites.
Okay, number 7
Number
is
7.
none other than Slamwich.
This was one of my favorites as a kid.
Slamwich. It's another game that, like, once you know how to play it, it's super easy, but it's, like, super fast-paced and fun.
Yeah.
So the cards are all, like, pieces of bread, and they have different things on them. They have eggs, tomatoes, peanut butter, bacon, all sorts of stuff. And basically you want to make a slamwich. So when you have 2 cards that are played on top of each other, or like 2 cards that are played in between, like if you did peanut butter and then bacon and then peanut butter, you would slap the pile and then you would get all the cards that were
so it has
played.
to be like peanut butter and peanut butter, or like peanut butter jelly peanut butter. Then you could slap it with those 2
Right, and you
versions.
just constantly, each other here, like, we'll show you, you take some, you're just constantly putting cards down, like, so whenever, like, that would be a slamwich.
Yeah, that's a slamwich. So then she gets the whole pile.
Right, and then whoever, like, gets all the cards at the end, basically. And there's other cards, like, there's a thief card, and when you see that, you have to yell, stop thief, and slap it as fast as you can.
And then you get the whole pile.
Right. There's munchers, so when you play the muncher card, you can either win the pile by playing the same card that was underneath the muncher, so you gotta remember what card that was. And then you could play like a thief and another muncher, a whole bunch of stuff like that. And there is a penalty if you slap it and you were not supposed to.
Oh,
then
yes.
you lose cards, so you don't want to be slap happy.
Yes.
You know?
And yeah, this is a great one for kids and adults who really like the fast-paced. You
Oh,
gotta
yes.
you gotta keep up. You gotta pay attention game.
Some people hate it because it
Yes.
is fast-paced, but
Yeah.
this one's fun.
It is fun. And you like it's kind of like Spit. You like that?
Oh, Spit is amazing.
Yes, that's played with just regular playing
We
cards.
did not include just a deck of cards because there's a billion games you can play, but we've done a lot of deck of card games.
We
too.
have, yeah. So that is number 7. Okay, and coming in at number 6 is Pickup Sticks. Which,
Or pencils.
yes. I thought we didn't have it anymore, and apparently we do in Laura's closet, but I didn't know. So
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
found out we're using pencils and I was like, I have that.
yes.
well.
So this is another one we love to play. This is again good for kids and adults. This is you have to concentrate for this one. This is a very brain game.
This
Definitely
is different than Slamwich.
Yes.
Different category.
That's a little spontaneous. This is just like you have to be very particular. But how this works is these would be the pickup sticks, which are just little sticks. They're colored, and you pour them out onto the table.
Just drop them.
Just drop them like whenever. And then what you have to do is you have to pick up a stick without bothering any other of the sticks.
Right.
If they even move...
Pick it up. So like if I pick this one, see how that moved? That would not count.
Yeah,
I
then
cannot-
your turn would end.
Yes.
And yeah, so you have to pick it up without even letting anything move. And if you pick that up, you get to go again. But then whenever you move another stick, your turn is over. And they're all different colors, so all the different colors mean different points. And I think like there's a black one that is the most points, and then there's more like yellow and red, I think, or it might be different colors, but like there's more of them, so they're less points. But yeah, that's how you play it. And this is one we used to play for hours sometimes.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know how we played for so long.
Yeah.
But we would just sit there for forever and keep playing rounds and rounds and rounds of pickup sticks.
Yeah, we haven't played it in a while, and I looked up like how to play it again. And like, wow, I remember being really good at this, but that's really hard not to move any other stick.
Yeah, and it wasn't like we were. I mean, when someone would go, it was all concentration.
Yes,
it
no one
moved.
talked. Yep.
You know.
Yeah, but yeah, this is a great one for concentrating, for patience, definitely. But yeah, this comes in at number 6. Yeah, and I forgot to say, you know, whoever has the most points at the end wins, because each stick is a certain amount of points. So that's how that works.
There you go. And number 5 is the game of life.
Oh, this is wow.
Your favorite. I remember when she was really little, every night.
Every night.
Can you play life? Please,
I remember that.
Play life, please. Will you play life? And we'd be like, not again.
But this one we played at least several times a week. Sometimes it would be every night we'd play.
And I did like it. It was just an everyday thing. Was a bit much. But anyway, so there's a board. I'm not going to open this up, but there's a board, and you pick a career and a salary, and then you pretty much go through things that would cause you to start life. You get
you pick the career and salary randomly.
Like yes.
Yeah.
And then you pretty much go through the board like it's life. You hit obstacles, things you have to pay for. If a tree falls on your house, you can choose to buy insurance on your car, but then you might not land on a spot that says you crashed your car, but you might land on it. So it's all a game of kind of just, it's a little bit of strategy, but at the same time it's random. You don't know what you're going to land on.
Right.
By the end of the game, it's actually a terrible lesson. Because the point is you want to have the most money.
Because that's what life's all
that's
about.
What
have
life
the
is
most
about.
amount of money.
Get the most money of anyone.
Yeah.
And then you can retire at mansion estates or whatever it's called.
Yes, the countryside oaks or something, and then like the estates. I always went with the estates.
Yes, and you can like buy a house and sell it at the end and see how much you get. And so anyway, there's a lot you can do. Not the greatest lesson, but a super fun game.
It is super fun. Very fun to look at. All right, so coming in at number 4, this is one for all the goofballs in your life.
Oh yes.
Yes, this
you better be ready to
is
be silly.
Quelf.
Quelf.
So Quelf is just the most random, silly game. And if you love making a fool of yourself and having people laugh a lot, this is a great one to play.
It's pretty amazing.
Yes.
It's an awesome game.
Yeah,
but not for everyone.
No, this is definitely not for everyone, but this is just like regular board games that you have cards that you have to do things, and if you do it right, you can move ahead on the board, and whoever gets to the end first wins. But this is just full of really, like, even the pieces are really silly. Like, I forget the names of some of them, but they're really weird, the playing pieces.
Yes, there's a spatula lady or something like that.
Yeah, and so it's just full of random wacky cards. You have to do really silly things, like sometimes it'll say excuse me and go to the bathroom and don't come back until someone goes and gets you, comes and gets you.
And then it'll be like, whoever went and got you gets to move ahead.
Yes.
Even though nobody knew. It's just a game of like being random.
Right, and like I remember you have to put on tin foil on your head sometimes, make a helmet on it. It'll make you yell things randomly.
Recite poems.
Yes, I mean, it's just everything. They'll have you do weird dances, sing weird songs.
Yep.
But yeah, it's pretty much full of random, really silly things you do each time. And I find a lot of fun with it. It's not really the best game for a few people. You need a big crowd for this.
No, you need a big crowd of people who want to be silly.
So this is one we like to play when you live
This
a lot
is
of friends
not a
over.
parents' game. Pretty much all parents do not
They
like
don't
this game.
like it. This is too
They're just
silly.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Because really, that's your choice in the game. You could just say no to every card and just not move.
Yeah.
That's an option.
But every card is going to
to
be ridiculous, so you got to be prepared for that. So that is number 4.
Number 3, we're on our top 3
Yep.
is Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. Yes, this is the classic or sequel trilogy.
So this one is the original, this is the sequel,
Yeah.
and we brought both out because we played both, but we played the
This
original
one
a
we
lot
played
more.
a lot more
Yeah.
than that one. That was a later thing.
Right.
It's pretty much like regular Trivial Pursuit, except Star Wars. All sorts of nerdy questions for people. So one player picks a card and they're asked a question. They get it correctly, they go again. If you get an answer wrong, then the next person starts to go. And like the regular Trivial Pursuit, when you land on a certain spot, you can get a little pie piece, which is super cool. They're like little tiny pieces.
pieces of pie.
And you can stick it in your thing.
If you get it right.
If you get the question right. And pretty much the goal is to go around to get all the pie pieces and then make your way to the center where you can be crowned the winner of the game.
If you get the last question right, you have to get that in the center.
Yes. Yeah. So it's all about answering questions correctly.
Yeah.
Regular Trivial Pursuit is horrible because it's like questions.
How would you know that?
Yeah. But
I'm not a mathematician.
You do Star Wars.
Yeah.
Super fun because it's all questions related to Star Wars.
So this one we probably played almost as much as, probably like just as much as Life, and our brother always won.
He won every time. I never was able to beat him. Because you'd get close. You'd get like, maybe he'd have like 6 and I'd have 5, but I never beat him.
No.
It was so annoying.
Sometimes like it has questions that are like sometimes really easy, and then it has like technical questions about like the machinery, and that we weren't very good at. But once he would get to play, I mean, we'd sit there for a good 20 minutes.
He'd just
while
like
he
go
just
around
answered
and
all
answer
of
question
them.
after question after question.
Yeah, you just hoped he didn't land on a pie piece, because then it was over.
But we still played.
It was still fun. Yeah. All right, and coming in at number 2 is Mexican Train Dominoes.
Mexican Train Dominoes.
Yes.
No, we did not rob a bank.
No.
As much as you might think
It does
that.
look like that, but we did not. So how this works is you have all these dominoes, and each one has a certain number on them. Like, this isn't a double, but usually for doubles, which is how you start the game, is you have to find the double, which is a number on the domino, and they go from 12 to 1. You start at number 12 and you keep
0,
going down.
Actually.
There's a 0, right? And that's the first thing. You have to find the domino that has the double of that round, which could be 11, 12, 9, whatever it is. And once you find that, you put it in the middle of this little hub here. And once you get that, everybody picks a certain amount of dominoes just randomly from the pile while they're, down. And then what you do is you try to connect your train. So they all have two different numbers on each side, so they can connect to one another. So see this pink one, this is 3, and so you can connect this other 3 to that 3, just like that. And that's how you make your train line. And you each have your own train line on this. They go in here just like that, and you all get your own, and you just have to keep building your train line as much as you can. And there's also, if you can't play on your train, there's something called the Mexican Train, and that goes...
It's like an extra free one that anybody can play on.
And then if you can't play on your train, and you've gone through and you pick up and you still can't play, then you get a little train that goes on your train line, and people know that they can start to play on your own train.
Now it turns into a free-for-all.
Yes, so then they have the Mexican Train, their own, and yours. And that's pretty much how it works, is you have to keep building your train line, or you could
get rid
just...
of your dominoes, not have points.
Yes.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
No points.
Yeah, so there's a scoreboard here, and every round you have a certain amount of dominoes left, if you're not the person that went out, and they are just 0, of course. But then you count the points on your domino pieces that are left, and that's your score for that round. Yeah, and then by the end of the 12 rounds, whoever has the least amount of points wins the game. And so it's a really fun game, connecting them. It's a great family game.
It's funny because everybody has like that box of dominoes in your house, but no one knows how to play dominoes.
Yeah.
But we do.
We do.
This
is how you play dominoes. You make your trains. Yeah, so this is just a fun one, a good connecting game. And it's good for like if you have friends over and you play it with them, because it's, low pressure. You can play, think about it. And so this is one of our favorites for sure.
And coming in at number 1, drum roll, is Loaded Questions.
Loaded Questions.
This is actually not a very well-known game, but it is super fun.
It is.
So, we tend to take this on like family vacations or when we're, going to play a game night somewhere. So the way this works is there's one person that gets a card with a bunch of questions on it, and they pick one, and they can be questions like, what's one thing you can't live without? Or what's your favorite memory? And then everybody gets a piece of paper, and they write down their answer to that question.
Hey guys, Lucia here. I'm just going to explain how the rest of the game works, because as I listened to what we said at the table later, I realized that we said some things wrong and it was kind of confusing, so I'm just going to continue to let you know how the game works. So after each person writes down their answer for the question that was asked on the card, everyone hands their pieces of paper with their answers to the person to the right of the person who picked up the card with the question. Now, the person who gets all of the answers reads them aloud anonymously to the person who read the question on the card. Now, that person who picked up the card and read that question has to figure out whose answer goes to which person, and if they get them right, then they get a point. At the end of the game, after all of the rounds are done,
Whoever got the most answers right to the right person wins the game.
So
Now, it might sound a little like normal of a game, but the way we play it that makes it really fun is no one ever puts their real answer.
no, it'll be
Yeah.
like random stuff. Like we've had so many weird things come out of it. But if
Yeah.
you instead of saying, I don't know, what's your favorite memory, you could say like, the first horse and buggy that
Yeah.
was invented.
Yeah.
Something that
It's
makes
just
no
something
sense.
really-
So then it's more like you're just trying to figure out who was the goofball that wrote that answer.
Yeah. Yeah, so it is just, you think of a funny, weird answer, which is actually funny because the character Bogo Phil originated from this game.
Yes,
if you remember. This was
came from.
Yeah, I forget what the question was, but I wrote down Bogo Phil. I just thought it sounded funny, and then they're like, that should be a character, and then I made Bogo Phil.
Yes.
So it
it's
came from
basically
this.
just to laugh at the answers. It's
Yeah.
not really. No, we don't even really pay attention sometimes.
No, because usually it starts like one person writes something really funny, and then that's an ongoing joke, and it's used in like every round.
Yeah,
Someone
like the one
uses
time
it.
my dad wrote some answer about himself, and then every answer had like our dad's name in it. And it was just funny.
Yeah. Right. So that is the last of our list of games that we like to play. Comment below if any of these are your favorites, or what are your games that you like to play. We'd love to hear below in the comments. And now it is time.
Wait a second.
What?
There is one game that was not on this list that I would like to dispute.
What's that?
Mad Gab
No.
is one of the best
No.
games ever, and no one will play it with me.
Because she always wins.
So it just means that I happen to be good at it, maybe, and it's very fun.
It's a
I
ridiculous
can't get
game.
anyone to play with it with me.
Because it's so hard. The thing it is you have to guess. There's a
It's like
phrase.
mumbo jumbo. It's
Yeah.
like words that don't make sense, but you read it really fast, and then when you read it really fast or slow, your brain hears what the actual saying is, and you're like, oh, it's this. And some people's brains just don't like to work that hard, apparently.
No, it is way too much for me. I'm sorry. If you like Mad Gab, okay, come play with Laura.
Please do, because no one will.
Yeah.
So.
But now it is time for the news.
Hey. I wear sunglasses inside, and I drink water from this jumbo-sized travel mug.
And guess what? I can wear earbuds and floss at the same time. Don't believe me? Just watch. And now it is time for the Taylor Treasure Ball.
What is our fortune? Would you rather get a paper cut on your tongue or on your eye? Didn't somebody have this question recently?
Yes, I did. You can pick another one if you want, because I did that last time.
Picking another one.
Yeah.
Because we decided the tongue was better.
And I have a story word. And so my story word is...
What's your story word?
My story word is Dart and Nicholas.
Dart or dirt?
Dirt. Dirt.
Dart or dirt?
Dirt.
Dart or dirt?
I'm not saying dart. I'm saying dirt.
Okay, you gotta be clear about
I
these
got the
things.
dirt. Yes,
You gotta be
it's the
clear
dirty
about
dirt.
the dirt, not
Dirt?
the dirt.
No, it's the dart you don't.
Exactly, the
Yeah.
dirt.
The dart
dirt's
in the
important.
earth. The dart in the earth.
What is your go-to meal? Well, food is not really something I think about all the time. Go-to meal? I don't know.
I
What's
do.
my go-to meal? What's my go-to meal?
I don't know if it's your go-to meal, but you really love the Olive Garden breadsticks and salad.
Well, Olive Garden is pretty amazing. You know what? I'd have to say pasta. I think if I had to choose, it would be breadsticks and pasta if I, like, choose anything for a meal.
That's a good choice.
And it's nice to have some salad in there, too. That'd be, like, the go-to. Breadsticks, pasta, and
It's very Italian.
Mhm.
Very Italian.
I'm not Italian, but
No.
it's fun.
All right. What's my story word? So...
She has no clue what her story words are
No!
going to be.
Dirt necklace.
A dirt necklace.
Ugh.
It was a necklace that got very dirty.
Don't take my story
Because it
away
fell.
from me.
Because she doesn't know what the story is going to be. So I will take over from here.
No,
The
no,
dirt
no,
necklace.
no, it's my story.
Then represent.
Okay. Okay.
4 hours later. She's having a bit of a breakdown over here.
Okay. Okay. So, once in a faraway land, many years ago, before medieval times.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yes. I'm not talking the 70s here. I'm talking real long ago. There was this person, and this person loved dirt, and they also loved necklaces.
Okay.
And they wanted to combine the two. But the problem is every time they tried to make their dirt necklace, it fell apart, and then they were just covered in dirt.
Were they 5?
I'm really struggling here, people. Okay, wait. So they wanted to have these dirt necklaces, but the problem is they didn't want to get dirty, but they loved the look of dirt. Okay, a little different here. So they wanted the dirt necklace, and they wanted to design it so that they could paint it and put stuff on it, but it just wasn't working out. Every time they tried water. They tried gluing it together. I don't know if glue existed then, but they tried that, and they tried several things. Just wasn't working out for them. It kept falling apart, and then they would get very dirty. So, what did they do? They...
She doesn't know.
No, I don't.
The story is never going to end.
So, in the end, they tried many times, and they kept trying, and trying, and trying, and trying, and trying,
Just
but,
finish the story.
but at the end, didn't work.
Surprise!
Because, moral of the story, you can't turn dirt into a necklace. It falls apart, okay? So they learned their lesson. They wasted their time.
Okay, good moral there. Good lesson.
I tried. That's what happens when someone pressured me into telling the story.
I didn't pressure you at all. I was trying to help.
Okay. Well, so again, we hope you have enjoyed this episode. Comment below on what your favorite games are. And make sure to give this video a like and a comment, and make sure to subscribe. And after you subscribe, make sure to press the bell so you get all of our videos in your notifications box. And you can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook, which is @TailoredTreasuresOfficial. We got a lot of fun stuff on there. And now, we would love to stay, but unfortunately, time is a-ticking and we need to finish our game. So,
We do. So let's get back to this.
Gotta see you guys.
So,
okay.
bye.
Bye. See ya.
These were mine.
Okay. No, I think mine were at the
Oh,
top.
sorry.
Excuse me.
These are yours. There.
You just saw the cards. Okay.
I didn't look.
All right.
No, these are yours.
All right. Well.
Do you have a 2?
No.
Or a 3?
Hey! You saw my cards.
Well, you're holding them like this. Give me your 3.
Yep.
You just picked up a card for Okay, well, this game is ending now. You cannot play a game of cards.
I have forgotten.
Thrown because of the dirt necklace.